Okay, Algebra 1, here is the rest of your test review. Sorry I didn't get this up earlier than today, but hopefully you'll be looking it over tonight and be ready for your test tomorrow. Starting at number 32, we have negative 7 squared, and since what's being squared is what is in parentheses, here I'm going to change colors, then you're going to say negative 7 times negative 7, and that equals positive 49. Okay, so looking at the next one, 33, we're just going to be simplifying these, and so we're going to start with the 4 to the third, and 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. And then now we're going to be squaring the negative 3, so that's negative 3 times negative 3, which is a positive 9. And here, this negative is not included in the squaring, so I'm just going to bring it down and say 2 squared is 4. So if I were to work across that, 64 plus 9 is 73, minus 4 is 69. So that's the answer. On 34, on negative 5 squared, again, what's being squared is just the 5, not the negative, so the negative comes down, and 5 squared is 25. And then 2 to the third power is 8, and then this minus comes down because, again, it's not included in what's being to the third power, and 3 to the third power is 27. 3 times 3 times 3. So negative 25 plus 8 is negative 17, and negative 17 minus 27 would equal negative 44, right? Yeah. So negative 44 is your answer. Looking at the next ones, we're going to be evaluating for the given values. A equals negative 2, B equals negative 5, and C equals 3. So we're just going to be plugging these numbers in. So A here is negative 2. I'm going to say times negative 5, and then minus 3. So multiplying these two, I get 10, and then 10 minus 3 equals 7. Okay, on number 36, I'm still plugging in those same values, so I have negative 2 for A, plus negative 5 for B, and then minus, and A is negative 2, so I'm going to say negative 2 times 3, like that. Okay, so working across these, I'm going to go ahead and multiply these two now, and that gives me negative 6. This is still here, so I got to put that there, and then negative 2 plus negative 5. And of course, since this is minus a negative, we change it to plus a positive. And then we'll go from left to right. Negative 2 plus negative 5 is negative 7, plus 6 equals negative 1. On 37, we have A equals negative 2. So I'm going to go negative 2 over, and B is negative 5, and then say plus 3. Well, negative 2 over negative 5 changes to plus positive 2 over positive 5, and 2/5 plus 3 just equals 3 and 2/5. Okay, on 38, again, A is negative 2, B is negative 5, so we say negative 2 plus negative 5 would give us a negative 7 on the top. And then down here we'd say negative 2 minus negative 5, like that, and that minus negative changes to plus a positive, so we end up with 3 on the bottom. And that right there is fine for your answer, negative 7 over 3. If you put negative 2 and 1/3, that is also correct. Moving on to number 39, we are going to be seeing if the given value solves the equation. So I'm going to take the 2, I'm going to plug it in where the x is and see if it is the solution. So I'm going to say 3 times 2 plus 7 equals negative 13. And see if that's true. Well, 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 7 equals 13, and 13 does not equal negative 13. So the answer here would be no. It is not a solution. On number 40, I'm going to plug the 5 in where the x is. So I'm going to say 3 times 5, which is 15. 15 minus 7, and then that equals 5 plus 3 over here. And 15 minus 7 here is 8, and then 5 plus 3 is 8. So since 8 does equal 8, we're going to write yes. 5 is the solution. And number 41, I'm going to plug in the negative 6 where the x is, and so I get, I'm going to do it down here, 2 times negative 6 plus 4 equals negative 6 minus 2. Well, 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. Negative 12 plus 4, that would be negative 8. And negative 6 minus 2 is also negative 8, which makes it a true statement. So the answer to number 41 is also yes. Okay, so I'll move down to 42. I'm going to erase this work right here. That way I have room to do the new work. Okay, and on these, what we are doing is we are factoring out the greatest common factor. So I'm going to take out what they have in common. 2m and 16 have a 2 in common, so I'm going to take the 2 out, put it on the put a parentheses, and then I'm going to take out the 2 from the 2m, and that leaves me with m. Take out a 2 from the 16, it leaves me with 8, because remember we're dividing when we take it out, because if we were to do the reverse and do distributive property, we'd say 2 times m is 2m, and then 2 times 8 is the 16. On number 43, the only thing they have in common is a b, so I'm going to put the b on the outside. That leaves me with a 5 in the first one and an 8 in the second one, which we can add that. And really, if we noticed, did I write that right? I did. I made a mistake on that one. Really, we should just be adding like terms, and 5b plus 8b is 13b. So that one was an error. I won't have one like that on the test. On number 44, what they have in common is a 6. So I'll take a 6 out and I'll put a parentheses. What's left from the first term is an a, and what's left from negative 18 is negative 3, and so that is your answer right there. 6 in the parentheses, a minus 3. On 45, what they have in common is the 8, so I'm going to take an 8 out, and that leaves me with an a in the first term and a c in the second term. On number 46, what they have in common is a 7, so I'll take a 7 out, and that leaves me with just an a here. And taking a 7 out of 49 is another 7, because 7 times 7 is 49. 47, what they have in common is a 5, so take the 5 out. That leaves me with a y in the first term and plus 2 in the second term. On 48, there's an x in common this time, so I'm going to take the x out. Oh, wait. These are like terms. Okay, starting at 48, we're combining like terms. And 9x minus 5x is simply 4x. On 49, we see that 11a and minus 4a are alike, so 11a minus 4a is 7a. And then the 6b doesn't have any like terms, so that would be your answer. On number 50 here, the ones that are alike are the 17x and the minus 6x, so that would be 11x. And then negative 4a plus 8a would give us positive 4a, so that's your answer. On 51, we have 5b minus 7b would give us negative 2b. And then 6b squared plus b squared, remember that means that there's a 1b squared there, would give us 7b squared. And then on number 52, on our last one, we have 7ab squared. That's alike with the minus 2ab squared, so that gives us 5ab squared. And then if we look, we have a b squared, which is alike with this b squared. And again, that means we have a 1b squared there, so we'd have 6b squared. And here is our last term. There's no other a squareds, so we're just going to put that down there, minus 6a squared, and that is your answer. And that is the end of the test review. If you guys have any questions, send me an email. Use the Contact Me button that is on the right side of the blog. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.